So a buddy of mine has heard some of my stories about my life and the things I've done, the things I've experienced, the things that I've put others through, and he thinks that they're pretty funny. I don't actually think they're funny. It's more the way I deliver them. Maybe they're funny. They're probably funny if you're not the one that's experienced them. I have, so they're just kind of sad, but this is how we learn from things, and I try to maintain, the best perspective on life. So if they're humorous to other people and they're humorous to me, I guess they weren't so bad after all. But he likes my stories. That car's smoking blue. He likes my stories. He likes the way that I deliver them. He said it might be a good idea to put some of those into there in my own unique and horrible way of doing things. Hell, he even gave me a name for them. And his idea was to name these little stories Tales from the Dumpster Fire. And that was hilarious enough where I figured, why not? So we'll try one. I just want to preface that some of this stuff is probably going to be unbelievable, and maybe it's embellished, maybe it's all an act. I can attest that to the most of my ability that I can, legally and otherwise, this stuff is true. I don't always end up the hero. Hell, usually probably going to see me as the bad guy. But if I tell you these stories and you get something out of them, even if it's just, well, don't do that, all in all, that's a benefit net good to society, because I made the mistakes so that way you don't have to. And the one that he seemed to like was, we're going to call the guy, oh shit, I need to come up with names. I'm going to call this guy Chucky. Actually, Chucky is a fantastic way to give you the mental picture of him. I mean, this guy was he was a gourd. This was in the, when was it? When did oh yeah. This is back in college, which was in the mid-2000s, that era. So the towers came down. America's not great anymore. The war is starting to look like it's endless, but the economy's still going okay, and people are still under the guise that a good education will get you a good job and you can pay those bills back easily, especially the unwashed many trying to get into college for their lesbian dance therapy and underwater basket weaving degrees. But hey, we were all sold a lie that those things were actually going to pay for themselves. Isn't that the funniest joke? I made it work. But yeah, in college you got the opportunity to be free, to reinvent yourself and try new things. Unfortunately, because you don't have your parents going, hey, do you really want to spend your life playing video games all day? Like that's gone. So there's some people that they play video games all day and watch TV all day, and they pay 4 years to party. The really sad ones are the ones that pay 4 years to party, but they don't even party. And Chucky was one of these guys. So Chucky is one of those people where he needed his parents around telling him, like, what weird shit are you watching on TV? Why are you playing video games all day? It's a beautiful life. Go out and do something with it, anything with it. Get out of the house. We'd like to clean your room while you're away because it smells. But you get offended when I come in with the vacuum. Chucky was that kind of guy, and he was the freedom of college in one of the sadder ways that you can. And that was just to fully nerd out. I mean, it's one of those people. He had his clique of people, and they had an anime club, and they tried to suck me into that, but I didn't take it. We'll get into that. So Chucky, as you can imagine by the little bit of description, kind of a basement dweller. Chucky also had a lateral lisp. That's where your tongue can't really hold back the noise coming out of the sides of your teeth. So you actually start talking out of almost the back of your mouth like this. And it's just, you get the guy that he says, well, actually, like, imagine somebody talking like this. They're 400 pounds, they're a little bit greasy, and they want to be your friend. You don't want to be that guy's friend. He wants to be your friend. And that's how you feel, that noise right there. And he wanted to be my friend, and I just, no, I don't really want to be your friend. I was a freshman and when I met him, and just, I don't like you. We don't mesh. I mean, I'm an asshole. You're sheltered. This is not good. This will not mesh. Oh, but I think it will. You have so much to teach me. Oh, god damn. No, no, no. Please get away from me. But he would just show up at places. And this went on for a while, and I could not shake him out of my life. It's just, I went to a smaller school. I didn't go to, a big Ivy League school or anything along those lines. I mean, I didn't waste that much money. I wasted money, but I didn't waste a lifetime of money. I could have, I didn't. Well, I would just keep on running into him, and it was not good because, I mean, I'd go out, I'd party. I like to get into fist fights. I like to talk my mouth, and usually end up with everybody thought I like getting hit in the mouth because I like to use my mouth, and I'd get hit in the mouth. And looking back on it all these years later, I probably deserved a solid 2/3 of what I got. The other third was just people being assholes, because I was an asshole. Maybe I deserved that too. Anywho, we had Chucky. I remember there was one time that I was all sorts of barely put together because I spent the last night at a bar, and I proceeded to get drunk at the bar, and I let my mouth run at the bar, which led to somebody getting angry at the bar, which led to words being said at the bar, which then led to a fist fight, and then I had to leave the bar because we beat the living hell out of each other. Realistically, neither one of us should have been walking that easy, but when you're a kid, you don't realize future you is going to hate the decisions that you have made. So anyway, I'm a wreck. I should be in bed. I'm hungover. I'm still bleeding a little bit. I got a shiner the size of a potato. Not like one of those little instant baked potatoes, like Yukon Gold sized bruise over my right eye. And the last person I want to see is Chucky. It doesn't even register in my mind. I really don't want to see Chucky today. But it was in the brainstem. You don't want to see Chucky today. Lo and behold, as I'm walking along, I see Chucky. And he just runs up to me and he grabs me, and I'm in pain from all the violence that I have given and received. I don't want to be touched. He's touching me. It's like, oh my God, are you all right? What happened to you? And I just look at him and was like, I got in a fucking fist fight. What do you think happened? It's like, did you win? I look like hammered ass. Do you think I won? So you lost? I didn't say that, but that's a situation where nobody gets a gold medal. Please stop touching me. So he does. And he's like, I didn't know that you knew how to fight. It's like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? I'm in pain, I need aspirin and bed. Well, can you give me pointers on fighting? Why would I do such a thing? And then it snapped into my brain, I know why I would do such a thing. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. He hasn't picked up on it. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. It's like, yeah, sure thing, Chucky. You know, it's, I could give you some pointers. Yeah, you like to watch those Japanese cartoons, don't you? Yes, I love my anime. It's like, I figured as such. You know the ones with the ninjas that do the stupid hand moves? It's like, yes, I know the one. It's like, yeah, that's actually like scripted off real fights and shit. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't think you'd believe that. I thought you knew your medium a little bit better. But anyway, so he believed it. He bought it. He's like, should I use a weapon? Should I carry one? I was like, we're on a college campus, dude. That's not a good idea. Well, not like a gun or a shotgun or anything, but like a melee weapon. So, what do you got? I think I got a hockey stick, like a field hockey stick. It's like a shillelagh. And let me tell you something. The sound of a dude that makes all of his S sounds from the back of his molars, saying the word shillelagh, like, I still remember it. I am gonna die with that memory still intact of a big greasy basement dweller saying shillelagh. It's like, yeah, sure. I mean, if you got a valid reason to carry it around, you know, why not? You know, you got to make sure that people are, like, if you're going to pull that out, you got to make sure that you mean business with it. Like, you got to sit there and have, like, power stance. So that way people will know not to mess with you. You know, you've seriously handled this thing. You know how to do damage. And, like, he's drinking it in. And he's drinking it in. And looking back on it, I feel that this is a horrible thing that I've done as a human being. Because I think he couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. And here I am, just trashed in all senses of the word, telling him how to get his ass beat because I don't like him and he keeps talking to me. And especially now in this circumstance. He's just, like I said, he's drinking it in. He's just, like, he's almost taking notes. You can tell he's trying to remember as hard as he can everything that's coming out of my mouth. I figure, all right, maybe something will come of that. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, actually something did come of that. And let me just preface with the end of the story. The moral of the story is I'm a dirtbag. I'm aware of it. And I really felt like a dirtbag that day. So anyway, I didn't see him for a while. Then I see him. Like, you can see that he's been through a rough one. I'm like, okay. And he rocks up and he's like, I should have trained more. What do you mean, buddy? Wait, we're not buddies. What do you mean, Chucky? Well, I should have trained more. I took your advice, but I didn't train properly, and I was bested. What do you mean? I'm not understanding what you mean. I took your advice and I got in a fight, and I had my bat. Sir, okay. What happened? I did as you said, and I displayed that I am proficient with it. So in my head, I imagine that this, just soft boy took this hockey stick and proceeded to, like, Star Wars kid flip it around and stuff. I'm like, okay, what happened next? Well, you see, the guy took it off of me. He stripped my weapon. Oh no. That's what I said. Oh no. Because I already knew what was going to happen next. Because I know what happens if you get somebody else's weapon in your hand. You're going to make them pay for the privilege of them giving you what they were going to beat you with. And it turns out I was right, because he said the guy just he walloped me up and down and all around. He really gave me what for. Boy, I wish I could use more S sounds in the way that I'm talking using his voice, just to emphasize that lisp. Come on, let's move. There we go. Sir, okay, so you got beat with your own weapon. That sucks. It's like, yeah, I ended up being in the hospital for a few days. Oh my. What happened? Like, he had his bandages too, and he's like, well, now I have scars to show the girls when I'm fully healed. Alright, Chucky, you just keep thinking that. You are a bright side of life kind of guy. So, now that I have learned that lesson, would you be willing to train me as your student? It's like, no, okay, no, I gave this dude bad advice, he used it, and then he got the shit kicked out of him, and he's still going to me. And I felt bad, so I was like, no, man, you gotta try some traditional training, some pugilism, boxing or something. Maybe go for a jog. In my head, I think, maybe just go for a walk every once in a while, and stop trying to drag everybody into your weird shit. That alone would probably get you a whole lot of, social points. So I politely refused. So yeah, I felt really bad about what I had done there. And the worst part of it all is that Chucky didn't learn from this. That I had purposefully given him bad advice, and he took advantage of it, and it took advantage of him. But he proceeded to still try to hang out with me. So I never did anything to him to that degree again, where it caused him physical harm. I did some things that caused him a lot of mental damage. That is for another video, and that would be another tale from the dumpster fire. You guys all have a good one.